the greatest.
Hey there, my retro dolls. What's up, guys? So this video is kind of, well, shit has changed a lot with me. I'm gonna address your guys' concerns, questions, all that kind of stuff. Also, just kind of point out a few topics that I need to talk about. I have my little notepad right here so I can fucking think straight, to the best of my ability anyways, and put on some makeup in the process, because after all, like, it's really not that big of a deal. People change, people grow up, so let's just put on some fucking makeup and get on with our day, right? Alright, so first off, I felt the need to make this video just because the last video that I did, my reacting to my most popular video, which if you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch it. Up in the cards, linked up there. By the way, if you're ever curious about any of the products that I use throughout any of this, it'll be linked down in the description. Since this is less of a makeup focused video, I'm not really going to be talking about the products that I use too much. So if you're ever curious about that, it'll be linked down in the description. Now that we got that out of the way, I kind of felt the need to talk to you guys about that video a little bit more, because I felt like it was a bit polarizing, because some people took it as me talking shit on my former self, which was not my intent whatsoever, which kind of like honestly threw me off. I watched that video with Cody and we sat there and kind of like laughed at it, and like we both kind of thought, oh, this is gonna be a really fun video. Some of you agreed and some of you were like, so what the fuck? There were two comments that stood out to me, which compelled me to kind of reach out to you guys and see if I really am, you know, leaving you guys in the dark about something or what, you know? And I posted it on my Instagram. This caption up here, I'll link it up there. I think that I've been pretty true to myself internally, even though my external has changed, but I understand it can be kind of jarring, so let's talk about it, you know? My intention with this video is not to like sit here and try and defend myself or persuade you guys on how to feel good, bad, or indifferent, but mostly just to kind of open the lines of communication a little bit more, because I realize that my weight loss has been for the most part under wraps, meaning like the internal struggles that I've dealt with, why I decided to lose weight, all of those kinds of things I have kind of been processing myself and not really addressing, because I'm not at a place to like come to a full 100% conclusion about how I feel with my body changing all the time and all of those things. And being in the plus size community means that you're basically open to more criticism, especially when it comes to losing weight when you're in the plus size community, which is an unfortunate fact, but it kind of is what it is. I guess I say all of that just to say that don't take this as me sitting here trying to fucking persuade you guys to feel one way or the other. It's me just letting you guys know this is how I feel, this is how I've felt for a really long time, this is who I am in a little bit more depth so you can get a little bit more insight as to where I'm coming from. If you ever question anything about me before, during, after losing weight, or just me existing on this platform, I hope that this video sort of clears the air for you guys and you get a real understanding of who I truly am. Then from there on, have an educated decision on if you want to subscribe to this channel or not, or what your overall feelings towards me are. So anyways, I hope that made sense. Let's get into some of these comments and address some of the issues you guys may have or questions you may have. So let's get into it. This one is from 75. I know you're a public figure and all, but you don't need to explain why you're doing anything. This is coming from an older person who took 30 plus years to figure out that no one else's opinion matters in my life. It's nice that the younger crowd has a sense of community, but that doesn't mean they get to vote on someone else's life. Where my respect falls is to the individuals who do their own thing despite all of the voices. Besides that, body positivity is acceptance of wherever you're at, not hating on someone making positive movements in their life. Ugh, people. I fully agree with that. In my opinion, body positivity is all about embracing and accepting and loving your body the way it is right now, whether you're in a state of losing weight, gaining weight, not doing anything about your weight, wear makeup, don't wear makeup, whatever the case may be. If you're missing a limb, if you waddle when you walk, whatever it fucking is in this very moment right now, the body that you physically inhabit, take care of it, love it. Like That's body positivity, embracing who you are, the body that you're in, regardless of the state that it's in. So like I kind of said earlier, I took some notes because I was having this conversation with Cody yesterday, and my brain cannot focus on a single fucking thing if you have not noticed. So I decided to jot down some panic scribbled notes to try and address during this video. And one of them is, I think sometimes I get flustered with comments about like, oh, you're body negative, and a lot of people took that as me talking shit on myself or saying that my former self was not as acceptable or that was something to be ashamed of or blah blah blah. It's not that at all, and I don't feel like I was talking down to myself. I didn't talk shit on the way I looked physically. I feel like what I said in that video, that it wasn't flattering, which a lot of the comments fucking said that. Something being flattering on you does not mean that your body is flawed or that you should feel any type of way about your body. It's just a simple fact that whatever garment that I put on my body at the time I thought looked good, and now I don't. It's just like looking at a fucking old picture of yourself and being like, oh my god, shoulder pads, really girl? Why? It's the same thing. See-through mesh with no undershirt, girl, why? Like, that's what I was thinking. It wasn't anything beyond that, and I think people misconstrued that, and that's where I feel it necessary to really address it and kind of just say for you guys, look, I am never coming for somebody's body, including my own. I've never been the type to fucking sit there and talk shit on the way anybody looked. If anything, if I felt like somebody was wearing something that I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing, I'm like, more power to you, girl. Get it, bitch. Like, wear that mini skirt, wear that leather, whatever, you know? Like, wear that fucking little string bikini. I can feel some type of way about the fabric that I chose to wear and what it looked like on my body. I'm going in circles. I don't need to fucking defend myself. I'm just simply saying, y'all, don't fucking think about it too much. If you're gonna know anything about me, just know that I'm never fucking coming after somebody for the way that they look. That's never, ever on my radar. It's just not. Somebody might feel some type of way about themselves and then project that onto others, and that's unfortunate, but just know that's never my intention, never my fucking goal. It's not in me to fucking go after somebody for their looks. Trust, I will go after somebody for, like, if they're a mean-spirited person or if they're doing something that I see is harmful to others or themselves, yeah, I'm gonna have something to say about it, but it's never solely based off, oh, well, they look like this or they're fat or blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit about what the person looks like. If you're a good person, it's really all that matters to me. Ding. Okay. I'm gonna get into a few questions now. Fucking dry lips, man. I put Burt's Bees lip shit on and still got this fucking, ew. Blah, blah, blah. This one is from Choco Vans 86, and she says, I'm a huge fan of yours and support your weight loss journey. I'm just generally curious if losing a certain amount of weight will make you happy. So after a little bit of back and forth in the comments about how to sort of, I guess, rephrase that question or clarify that question that she had, she later went on to say, I was in a situation where I thought I would be happy if I lost a certain amount of weight, and when I did, I still wasn't happy. I didn't want my question to put anyone in a negative space. I was generally curious to see if she was happy or not. In my personal life, I feel like I am flourishing like a motherfucker. I feel like I am where I need to be in my life, right where I am at. Like, I feel so fucking content. I know that the goals that I have in mind are like mere months to a year away. I am just over the moon with how blessed I feel, you know? It's taken quite a bit for me to get to this point. I talked about this with Cody yesterday. I wrote down, weight loss not through hate. Better yourself, not because you hate yourself. The mind is part of the body. What I meant by that is, like, the mind is part of the body, and when people think body positive, all they think about is their stomach, their fat, whatever, you know? Your body is so much more than your size. Your body, it includes your mind too, which means that you need to also focus on your mental health. So if you're feeling some type of way about the way that you feel, I encourage you to work on yourself internally alongside with working on yourself externally, or if you're gonna do one or the other, I highly suggest working on your internal first. When you start to really address that, it'll prepare you for that journey that you go through when you start to lose weight. Because yeah, it is fucking weird to be in a plus size body, which I'm still fat. I'm still fat. Like, guys, I am nowhere near skinny. I'm still fucking fat. I still got my baggies. I'm not fucking skinny, all right? It's not like I turn into a whole different human being. I think you really need to work on your mental health. That needs to be a focus throughout your weight loss or transition into a different part of your life kind of thing. If you feel really stuck, another thing that I also suggest is yoga. I know that I've been preaching a lot about yoga, but it's because I want to share with you guys just how much it's done for me, because I went from feeling really trapped in my body, and that's another thing that I want to address with you guys, because somebody brought up the fact that now I'm starting to talk about the issues that I had in my body before that I never talked about when I was currently at that size. So I can totally understand why that would throw you guys off. But anyways, when I was heavier, I didn't stretch. I didn't really acknowledge my body and how it was moving throughout my day. I only paid attention to the way that it looked, and I didn't really think beyond that. And I think when you're in your 20s, you feel invincible. You're like finally an adult. You can kind of do things for yourself. You can go and buy whatever food you want. You can buy whatever clothes you want. You can live on your own. Like, all of these things finally become available to you, and you feel fucking invincible. And then when that starts becoming a regular thing for you, you start realizing, hey man, I'm not so invincible, and I'm getting older, and I need to start to adult. And like, all of these things start to get a little bit more real for you, and you start acknowledging your mortality. As morbid as that might sound, it's not at all. In fact, it's something to be celebrated, I think, because you start realizing, hey, this physical body that I've kind of been ignoring and treating like shit for forever, whether that's telling myself that I am fat and unattractive, which I used to do that when I was like a teenager and stuff. When you're younger, you kind of feel like your body is your enemy. You're out of control, and that you feel like your body is a totally separate entity from you. My stupid fat legs, my stupid fat stomach, or whatever the fuck it is. Like, unfortunately, a lot of us grow up feeling like our body is kind of out to get us, and that it's not our friend. And then when you get older and you become a little bit more aware of your mortality and how human you really are, and how flawed you are, and that that's okay, you start learning, okay, well, yeah, that is okay, and I am only human, and I only have this one body, and maybe I should listen to it a little bit more. Maybe I should be more aware of how this feels, or, you know, just become more in tune with my body. For me, what I feel like when I picture like the mind and the body, I think of a child and an adult. We are born with, and this is something that I learned from the book that I've been reading lately called The Science of Positivity. We are born with our little mammal brain that is based off instincts that tells us that stove is hot, don't touch that. We are programmed to have instincts to protect us and to help us survive, and that includes having precursors to judgment around us. So yeah, we are human. We do make judgments. We do become super critical. That is our instinct. That's what we are built with. But the thing that separates us from the animals who just live off of those instincts is the fact that we have, I think it's called the part of your brain that I can't fucking think of right now, but it basically is your inner monologue, like the fact that you have a conscience and that voice in your head. And I feel like that is the adult and the body is the child. And so self-love to me is that adult saying, yes, I know that you want cookies. Yes, I know that you want to stay up all night. Yes, I know that you probably want to go out and party and drink and stuff, but I love you enough to say that this isn't going to benefit you. This isn't going to help you in life. This isn't going to be good for you. Like, that mind is finally in tune with that body. I hope that I'm making sense and I don't just sound like a rambling lunatic, but I'm basically saying that I feel like I'm finally in a place in my life where my mind is kind of catching up with my body and saying, hey, you know what? I need to take care of them. Like, I need to make sure that they're healthy and taken care of, and that they love themselves, and that they are in the best position to do the best things that they can in their lives. And that's what I'm working through. That's what I've been working through. And so when I look at videos of my old self and I'm like, girl, you were not paying attention to yourself. I even said in that video that specific day that I filmed that inside the dressing room, I had just had a panic attack the night before. I didn't get any sleep and I was in a haze. Like, I was not my best self in that video. Oh my god, it was like so much darker on this side than it is. Oh no. You know what? Fuck it, whatever. But yeah, so that's what I've been working through lately. It's kind of nice to share that with you, and I hope that I made sense in all of that. I feel like I've finally become self-aware. Like, my anxiety, I'm finally paying attention to and acknowledging and working through, instead of just letting it overtake me. Just enough for me. I've watched you for years, first coming across you on YouTube, and I honestly look forward to all of the changes you make in your life. However, I'm probably one of the few who does find this change with regards to your attitude towards weight a bit jarring. Not because you're losing weight, but more because you mentioned how unhappy you were, or the things you couldn't do because of your weight, or the health fears you had at the time. But in your videos from a few years back, your portrayal of your living at the size was really positive, with little word of wanting to change or health fears, etc. Perhaps I missed a few videos where this was discussed, but I think for many longtime viewers, this disconnect from how you portrayed your health and how you're now looking back on it might be the issue. But in the grand scheme of things, it's your life and you look really happy, which is a lovely thing to see. I now recognize that I kind of left you guys in the dark back then, and it wasn't my intention to keep anything from you guys, but I feel like I've always internally been kind of working through my relationship with the reality of my body, because internally I always felt that I was beautiful and that there was nothing wrong with me. I honestly didn't have any type of urge to lose weight. It wasn't up until things really got serious with Cody. Even with the process of like getting ready for the wedding and all of that, I didn't want to lose weight. I was like, it just is not for me. Like, I just don't care. It wasn't on my radar. And then once the wedding was over, like we're married now, I was like, okay, so shit's real. I'm a wife now. I want to be a mother soon. Like, I'm at that place in my life where it's like, oh shit, okay, yeah, now I really do need to think about growing up and being an adult. And Cody would never like harp on me about my weight, but I would bring it up because I would watch things. Like, there was this True Life episode of, I think it was I'm Bigger Than My Partner or something, like I'm Fatter Than My Partner. One of the couples on there had suffered a miscarriage due to her weight. And that's something that I have always been in fear of the fact that I wasn't going to be able to get pregnant, that if I ever did get pregnant, that there was a very strong possibility that I wouldn't be able to carry it for full term because of my weight. I would ask him these questions like, how do you feel about my weight? Do you think anything of it? And he would tell me all the time, there's only one of you. There's only one of you. Once you go, I'm gonna be a nomad somewhere in the fucking mountains. I'm not gonna do that to him. I started losing weight honestly because I loved him enough that I wanted to deserve him. Everybody has their own motivations, but my real motivation to finally wake up to the fact that I'm cutting my future short was the fact that I finally had a future that I gave a shit about, that I knew was forever. You're somebody's wife now and you want to be a mother one day, and I had to wake up to that reality and be like, okay, I need to deserve it. I need to deserve the future that I want. And so I fucking buckled down and I fucking did it. And then I started seeing changes in myself. And what really tripped me out is when I lost 60 pounds. That one fucked me up. And you know it's something when you're a fat girl and you go to the doctors and they congratulate you, or they're nice to you, or they don't talk to you about the fact that you need to lose weight. Like, it was a whole new world for me. Like, have you ever seen that Vine? I'll play it right now.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never.
It was legit that. I realized that my body was capable of things that I didn't know I wasn't capable of before. I started exploring those new territories for me. My body is capable of so much more than I thought, and that gave me pride in myself on a deeper level than I had before, because I found peace in my body. Instead of looking at it as its own entity, I finally found balance. I found the force within myself. Yeah, and I feel like I did that all through love. I didn't do it because I hated my body. I didn't do it because I was insecure. I didn't do it because I had any type of negativity about myself. It was the fact that I loved myself enough to say, enough is enough, girl. Like, if you really want these things, you have to fucking earn them. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm busting my ass and trying to earn all of those things, all of the goals that I have set for myself. I'm earning them, and that's it. And that's not a jab at anybody else who isn't losing weight. How I feel about myself has nothing to do with how somebody else feels about themselves. And I encourage you to understand that difference for yourself, to know that whatever you're dealing with, however you feel about yourself, or however somebody else feels about themselves, are two totally, completely separate things. The way that I've talked about some struggles that I have with my body, whether that's sagging skin now or that weird patch on my stomach, like, it just is a part of my body, and I love my body, and it's not the body that you see on billboards and shit like that. It's definitely not the type of body that's like advertised, but it's my body, and I'm fucking lucky and blessed to have one. And that is body positivity to me. And self-love is me taking the initiative to love myself enough to do things that I need to do to better myself, or to not do things so that I can better myself, you know? I just wanted to sit down and let you guys know that, like, this is who I am. This is who I've always been. If you've ever had any fucking question about that, please don't question it anymore. Yes, I'm a fucking pothead. Yes, I'm a stoner. Yes, I curse a lot, but that is who I am. And I don't fucking hurt anybody. I don't talk down about anybody. I love everyone, including myself. Flaws and all. We're all just human beings, dude. We're all just trying to make it to the next day. So, like, why be so critical, you know? By the way, I get a lot of questions about this liquid lipstick because I wear it all the time. It's Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in Lolita. It's my #1 all-time favorite. It's linked down in the description along with everything that I just used right now. I'm gonna skim through some of this stuff to make sure that I addressed everything that I need to address, though I think I have already. I discovered your channel almost a year ago. I honestly enjoy that you share your journey with us. People, this is real life. People change. If people want the same thing every day, every upload, they need to go watch a sitcom. With that being said, what's your favorite healthy snack currently? I'm finding after smoking is when I crave cheat snacks the most. I've said this before periodically in other videos, but I'm gonna say it again. Make your healthy choices before you smoke. Prepare the food, and then once you're high and you got the munchies, the food is fucking right there. And you know your ass ain't gonna be complaining about, oh, well, I don't like broccoli. Because bitch, you got the munchies, you're gonna eat what's in front of you regardless if it's good or not. So as far as my favorite healthy food, I love a good salad. Lately though, I've been really liking wraps. So I'll get like the low carb tortilla wrap and put like spinach and herb cream cheese and some rotisserie chicken and little bacon bits and like a pickle and tomatoes. Oh my god, it is so good. It is so fucking good. So like, yeah, that and some carrots and hummus. There's a lot of things you can do. Cut up some watermelon. That's my ultimate shit. Anyways, that's it. I think I've said enough throughout this. I made my point. I hope that I was helpful and that you guys understand where I'm coming from a little bit more. From here on out, I'm not really gonna address how I feel about this, that, and the other thing regarding body positivity or self-love, or if I'm coming from a place of hate or any shit like that. Basically, if anybody comes at me sideways in the comments, just know you're being fucking stupid because you're bringing shit that isn't there. Like you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Anyways, that's it guys. I hope that this video was helpful, that you had some fun hanging out and doing a quick little makeup look with me, even though I talked through the whole fucking thing a lot. And from here on out, like, I think we know where each other stands, and I love you, and I hope that you want to stick around. But if you don't, peace out. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I love you guys so much. Don't forget you can follow me on all my social medias, which are linked down below. Instagram is where you want to be, by the way. Also, if you want to know where all my cannabis content is, it is on the weed tube, since YouTube has some type of feelings. And I decided that all of my live streams are going to be on YouTube instead of YouNow. So I will be streaming live every first and third Friday on YouTube at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think I said enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, until next time, if they ain't paying you bills, pay them no mind. Check you later.